Now, JUMP is a gap year. Uh,
Yes.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what a gap year is first, and a little bit about what JUMP actually looks like.
Okay. So a jump is a very specific gap year. So it's a discipleship year program for 18 to 23-year-olds. It'll give you a first-hand experience of missionary life. So often when people finish high school or if they're at university and they want to take a year off, they'll take that gap year. And people travel and do all kinds of things in that gap year, sometimes to identify whether they have a certain inclination towards a certain area before they go right into those studies at uni. So we're offering this program so people can have a chance to see what it's like to be a missionary.
Okay, and to explore themselves, I often think. I think the benefits of a gap year. Now, I have three children myself.
Yeah.
Two of them did a gap year, and we've seen the benefits of that. I think there are so many benefits we don't realize to not rushing after school into full-time study or something else, because school is very busy now, isn't it? Most
Very busy.
you see the year 12 leavers are often almost burnt out, I would say, and not really understanding themselves enough.
Yeah.
What other benefits are there to doing a gap year, do you think?
Well, as you said before, it's an opportunity to get to know yourself, to work with others in a team. We have the opportunity to work with people in a Bible college as well. So you'll be learning a lot about yourself. There'll
Mhm.
be opportunity for discipleship, personal growth, to share your testimony, to talk about your interests, to identify the areas that you really excel in. It's a great opportunity. And even if you decide that you don't want to follow a missionary career, often it gives you that hands-on experience of outreach and working in teams and doing soup kitchens and all kinds of things that employers do want in the future. They
Mm.
want to know that you're committed and that you're engaged and that you're able to do a variety of different things. So that can be very helpful as well.
It sounds marvelous, and it sounds enjoyable, very enjoyable, actually.
I
One of the
expect to have
things,
fun.
yeah, when I looked at the program that for next year, one of the things that excites me is you get to travel a bit. So first of all, starting off in Brisbane, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And then to Tasmania and then overseas somewhere. Can you just unpack that a bit? First of all, what Brisbane looks like, what Tasmania looks like, and maybe what overseas looks like.
Okay, sounds good. So first you arrive in Brisbane on the 11th of February and have an orientation. The orientation, of course, to the location. You might not be from Brisbane. So just finding out where everything is, what we're going to be doing, your rooms, your accommodation, and all of those logistics. So let's start with accommodation. So when you arrive in Brisbane, there'll be two different units. Those units are self-contained units, one for the girls, one for the guys. You won't be too squashed. We hope that you will be by yourself, but you might have to share with one other person. There'll only be 10 people in the program. And so it'll be a great opportunity to get to know people really well. So in Brisbane, we start with training you. We'll have a very specific program in the week. So
Mm-hmm.
you won't have too much free time, which is a good thing, but you will still have time to explore the location. So for example, what does it look like? So you'd start with, let's say, the morning of devotionals, of conversation. We'll have some days where you'll be reading books and we'll be discussing those books. There'll be also a mentoring program that you'll participate, an internship program on the Wednesdays, participate with other young people as well. So that's in a nutshell,
That
Brisbane.
sounds very good. So it sounds like you'll have some good times of self-learning, some good
That's right.
times of interaction with WEC people and other WEC missionaries, but also interaction with the broader church and broader community. So it's again, I'm actually a bit old for it, so I'm not going to sign up. But
Yeah.
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 It does sound really cool. And after that, why would you go to Tasmania? I know, but I'm asking you.
Yeah, I know, you know. Yeah, no. So then after that, let's just step back a minute. Then we have
Yes.
regional trips in Brisbane and all of that.
Oh,
Then we come
okay.
back here and we will be going to Tasmania. Now, in Tasmania, you'll be able to do 2 modules of the certificate for in ministry.
Okay.
And that's wonderful because it gives you, in a nutshell, what it's like to study at uni. It's
Yes.
interesting when you go from high school to university, it's a totally different world. So it just gives you a taster of independent study. No one's checking on you. No one's following you up. No one's making sure you're doing your work. You actually have to take that responsibility to do it yourself. And
That's
it's great.
a great idea.
It's really lovely. And Worldview, as you know, Richard, is an amazing place. It's got a farm attached to it. You'll have opportunity to do a lot of practical work and engage with the students. So it's awesome.
It is. And it is a wonderful place to spend some time. Tasmania, if you haven't been there, and Launceston in particular, a great place to be. And it is wonderful community there. I think everyone who goes there for a conference or whatever always thinks, well, maybe I should move here. It's a cool place. Hey, and then the exciting launch overseas. I believe it's about 8 weeks. Is that correct? 8
That's
weeks
correct.
for some sort of mission placement. Now, where and what are you going to do?
Yes. So you'll have different locations to choose from, and these locations will offer very special prices. So there'll be some that will be more cost effective if you feel that it's too much to pay a lot of money to go on this overseas trip. And there will be others that will be more expensive because of the location as well.
Yes.
One of those locations, for example, that have been approved is Japan or Mongolia. So you'll have a number of places to choose from, and everyone will go together with another participant. So you won't be going by yourself, which is a good thing. You have some company while you're there, but you'll also have supervision while you're overseas.
Okay. And joining a great team once you're there. It does sound very special, actually. So you mentioned cost before.
Yes.
I mean, people can get on the website and ask questions and get the costs there, but just generally, can you tell us a ballpark figure, just so people...
Yeah. When I thought of the ballpark figure, I always think of, those adverts that say it's $4,990, drive away.
Yes.
That's it. It's actually that, $4,919 for your whole program here in Brisbane.
Yes.
And the Worldview component. It doesn't include your overseas component. Okay. Now, the reason is because there'll be different prices for different locations.
Okay. So that includes accommodation and food and
teaching. Food. Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I'm assuming there'll be little costs in between that if people decide to do some sort of little tourist activity or something, or get out and on the weekends.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting one, Richard. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, okay.
We've mapped into our program in Brisbane a day or half a day if they choose to do some work, paid work.
Okay.
We'll provide them with a location to work if they want to, and they can save up some pocket money to do exactly what you said.
So there's work, so they don't have to look for work. You've actually got some places they can do that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's brilliant. That really is brilliant. And overseas placement will largely cost, I assume, you've got travel, and you can work out the plane fares and some minimal costs for where you're living, I suppose. So it won't be huge, quite doable. And also, Kathy, it's never good to do these things alone, as in, if you're thinking about it, tell your church leadership and your friends and say, this is what the Lord's put on my heart do you want to do this journey with me? And often people will sponsor you or help you in some way. So, and you need prayer in this journey as well. So, I mean, I always encourage people, first thing, have you shared this with your leadership in your church or your home group or your youth group? Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think it is important to have, the special people in your life behind you. And especially when you apply, this is an important point to make, because when you apply to our program, you might be 17, not quite 18. So you do need parental consent as well. So when you fill out those forms, remember to get that signature from your parent as well, that they approve you
Okay.
in the JUMP program.
It's always good to have mum or dad or both behind you.
Right. That's right. It's good. It's very important.
If
Yeah.
you have it. No, that's wonderful. I think, I'm excited, and I've been telling people about JUMP. If anyone wants any more information, Kathy, what's the first thing to do?
Okay, go to the website, www.wec.com.au.
Yes.
/JUMP.
Okay.
And it'll take you directly to the JUMP page. There you'll find a lot of information, but also you'll find a link to send through an inquiry. You can also join our information nights. And in those information nights, you get a lot of opportunity to ask all the questions that you want to ask. It's an interactive night with some more information, more in-depth information, and then we open up for questions and answers. So if you join that, you can also get that link. It's being advertised online as well on our website. So just check into that information night if you want to. And and then when you're ready, we'll send you those forms.
And make the jump.
That's right.
Make the jump. Excellent. I'm excited. I'm really excited to seeing who the Lord brings and to meeting some new people and seeing some wonderful excitement up there in Brisbane of God doing some great things amongst some youth. So thank you, Kathy. And
it's been good to be here with you.